Hey everybody, welcome back to the Jedi Knights Watch. My name is Graham, and today we're going to talk about one of the biggest questions, if not the biggest question that I get when people see my display case, and it would be, where did I get the riser that the Detolf shelves are on, or where did I make it, or how did I get it? So it's the biggest question I get, and I just wanted to go over a quick how-to video on a simple way that you guys can make a Detolf riser to have your Detolf cabinets up a little bit higher, because I've noticed when they were sitting on the floor they definitely didn't look as good, but once you get them up a little bit you can definitely enjoy most of the shelves a lot better. Now obviously this project is already done, so I'm just going to kind of try to go back, let you guys know the tools you need, the anything that you need to buy, and the products that you need, and just how to make it. It is really simple, so I don't think it's going to take like a handyman. I mean, I think anybody could do this project and you can get it done probably within a day. So super simple. It was cheap when I did it, but since then, you know, COVID has happened and lumber prices have gone up, so it might not be as cheap as it was, but that was one of the big reasons that I wanted to make my own. It was cheaper than going out to IKEA and buying one of their TV stands or whatnot, TV units, and I know that they make those out of particle board as well, and I wanted something out of solid wood. I wanted to be sure that it would not collapse on itself, because I have seen some of those units start to sag in a little bit, and that was definitely one of my fears. I didn't want to come home one day and my Detolfs were like on the ground or, you know, broken and everything. So definitely wanted to make sure it could hold the weight. So that was the big reason that I wanted to do this. The second was because I could custom make it to the size that I wanted it to be. So when you're on IKEA, you know, you have to go by the length of the TV units that they have there. So you're kind of at the mercy of what they can sell. Where here, I just kind of measure out what I want for a length, cut it, and I can just customize it to fit the 5 Detolfs that I have behind me. So you're probably wondering, Graham, well, how do I make this thing and what do I need to do it, right? All right, so what I did was I went to my hardware store and I bought one 2x12 board, like 8 feet long, and then I bought 4 2x10 boards about 8 feet long as well. And at the time, again, this was a little bit more reasonably priced, but lumber has definitely gone up in price, so that is going to be something you're going to have to consider. But I did get those boards, and what I did was I used the 2x12s as the vertical boards so that the base, I guess you would call it, would be a little bit higher up. I wanted it to be as tall as possible so that that bottom shelf of the Detolfs was up and I could view it and enjoy it. So 2x10s for the horizontal boards and then 2x12 for the vertical boards. The next thing you would need is black spray paint or a black paint, doesn't have to be spray paint. And then I also did a clear coat as well. And the next thing you might need would be sandpaper. I just took a orbital mouse and went over the boards with a very fine sandpaper just to kind of smoothen it out a little bit so it wasn't so rough. Next thing you're going to need is drywall screws or multi-purpose screws. These are going to be 3 inches long. Definitely want to get a screw that was going to go into the boards far enough that I felt it would be strong, so that's what I got right here. And finally, I got a Govee light strip to illuminate the base itself as well. You can do millions of different colors with this. They're dimmable. They don't take up much energy at all. They're very cool to the touch. And Govee does a really good job at making smart bulbs and light strips. So I've definitely been using them for quite a while. It does not work with HomeKit, but you can use it with Alexa and the Govee Home app. Obviously, it comes with that. And it works with Google Assistant as well. So you don't have to get this. This was, I think, around $20, but it just helps kind of bring your base to life. Now there are a few tools that you're going to need to complete this project. The first and the big one is going to be some sort of circular saw or a miter saw. I have a sliding saw that I can cut bigger boards with. So, you know, if you just have a circular saw, or if you have a hand saw, I mean, if you could draw a line and cut it with a hand saw, you could do that too. Just would take more time, but just make sure that you have a saw accessible to you, and you're going to have to cut the boards to the desired length that you want. The next thing you're going to need is that orbital sander, just to kind of go over the boards. You don't have to do that, but it just makes them a little bit softer to the touch. And third, you're going to need a drill to drill the screws into the boards themselves. All right, so I figured out what length I wanted my unit to be, and you're going to want to do the same thing. Yours might be different from mine. You might have 3 Detolfs, 4, 5, 6, whatever the case may be. That's going to determine the size board you want or the length of board that you want and what you're going to cut it down to. So I can't really tell you exactly what to do there, but I did mine just to fit the 5 Detolfs behind me. The vertical boards, the 2x12s, I just cut them to the same length that the 2x10s would be next to each other. So I just measured across what 2x10, two 2x10 boards would be, and that's kind of what I wanted to do for the depth of the unit itself. And that's plenty deep enough to have the Detolfs on. So there's still going to be a good 2 to 3 inch lip that that you'll have. So it's not like they'll be hanging off or anything like that. Once I got everything cut to size, I just took my paint and I started painting the boards. You can use, a gallon paint with a brush. I don't know, I was lazy, so I wanted to use spray paint. I'm not really sure which one saves more time, but I spray painted them, put a couple coats on, and then I also put that clear coat on. And once I had everything painted and it was dry, I took everything down to my basement where I have everything, kind of laid it all out and set everything up without having it fastened together, just to kind of see what it would look like, make sure everything was good. So once I had everything laid out and I kind of had it how it would look, I started just fastening it together with the screws. I put about 2 screws in each board. So on the top where you have the 2 boards, there's 1, 2, 1, 2, so 4 total. Did the bottom as well. So just, again, it's not rocket science, you just kind of fasten it together. And it looked really good and it was super easy to do. The one thing that you might want to just take note of is that these are construction boards, so they're not going to be perfect. They might be a little bit warped, so I did have to use shims to just make sure all the Detolfs were level and whatnot, but it works great. Super easy, super simple, and for the most part it's not too expensive, but again, I haven't checked lumber prices for a little bit now. So the other thing that is really nice about this is it's not that particle board from IKEA, so this thing is super solid, super heavy. It's holding all these and there's no issues. I could probably stand on top of it as well, along with the Detolfs, and it wouldn't budge. This thing is solid, so I would definitely tell you also to just put it in place where you want it before you fasten everything together, because the weight really will add up. So yeah, hopefully this video helped you guys out. I know it would have been better if I could have done it as I was making it, but unfortunately I had it done and then I was getting all these questions. So there is a video that I kind of copied to do this project. The fellow was making a TV stand, so I kind of took this idea from that. If I can find that again, I'll definitely put a link in the description below, but otherwise this is simple. You can do it. I know you can. You don't have to be a handyman to get this done. So let me know what you guys think of this TV stand in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you think. It definitely is going to be something that you can customize to yourself. You can make it to the size that you want it, and it's going to be solid, so you don't have to worry about that. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, stay safe out there, and we'll see you soon.